Attract wealth instantly with this one powerful sentence. Florence Scovel Shinn, beloved, in this very moment, you hold the power to change your financial destiny. Yes, you. I want you to pause for a moment, breathe deeply, and realize this truth. The words you speak shape the life you experience. Words are not mere sounds, they are the architects of your future. And there is one sentence, a single phrase, that when spoken with unwavering faith, can begin to transform your financial reality. Today, it's simple, it's profound. And today, I will reveal how this one powerful sentence can open the floodgates to abundance, wealth, and prosperity in your life. In the quiet moments when you look inward, do you truly believe that abundance and wealth are available to you? This belief, when embraced with full conviction, is the very key to unlocking the flow of prosperity that is all around you. The truth is simple, and yet often overlooked. Abundance is not something to be chased. It is something to be attracted, and the way to attract it is through the power of your words, your thoughts, and the energy you put forth into the world. Imagine yourself standing in the center of a vast ocean, surrounded by endless possibilities, endless opportunities. This ocean, filled with wealth, opportunity, and abundance, is not out of your reach. It is, in fact, waiting for you to step into its currents, to align yourself with its flow. When you begin to affirm that you are a magnet for abundance and wealth, you are declaring your openness to receive. It is an invitation for all the blessings of life to rush towards you, an open door to the infinite possibilities that lie ahead. The magnet you are becoming is not one of force, but of attraction. Unlike the magnets of the physical world, which rely on attraction by sheer power, the magnet of abundance is rooted in your ability to align with the natural flow of life. Abundance is not something you must strive for or struggle to attain. It is something that comes effortlessly when you open your heart and mind to receive. The universe, in all its infinite wisdom, responds to your energy, to the vibrations you send out, and when you consistently declare that you are a magnet for wealth, that vibration begins to shift the very fabric of your life. We are often conditioned to believe that wealth is something outside of ourselves, something that others possess, something that is hard to come by. But the truth is, wealth is a reflection of the energy you embody. Just as a magnet draws in metal, your energy draws in the abundance that is aligned with your thoughts and beliefs. When you speak this truth, I am a magnet for abundance and wealth, you are setting in motion a powerful force that cannot be stopped. The energy you put forth is the energy that will return to you in the form of opportunities, financial freedom, and fulfillment. There are those who speak of lack, scarcity, and struggle, and thus they continue to live in that reality. But there are others who speak of abundance, of wealth, of infinite possibilities, and these people live in a world where prosperity flows effortlessly, where opportunities arise at every turn, and where success is a natural result of their alignment with the universal flow of abundance. You see, the world does not give you what you ask for on the surface. It gives you what you believe in the deepest parts of your being. And when you truly believe, deep within, that you are a magnet for wealth, your life will begin to reflect that belief. This process is not magical in the way most people imagine. It is not about wishing for something and waiting for it to appear. It is about embodying the energy of wealth, of abundance, in every aspect of your life. It is about cultivating a mindset that is open to receiving, and it is about taking inspired action when the opportunities come your way. The moment you decide that wealth is your natural state, the universe begins to move in your favor. It rearranges the circumstances, the people, and the situations in your life to match your new belief. The only thing required of you is to step into the role of being the magnet for abundance. There is no magic in the statement itself, but there is profound power in the belief behind it. When you declare that you are a magnet for wealth, you are not just speaking empty words. You are aligning yourself with a force that has the potential to change your entire life. This belief shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, from lack to plenty. It calls forth opportunities you would have otherwise missed. It brings people into your life who support and uplift you. It opens doors to new possibilities, ones you may have thought were forever closed. One of the most powerful things you can do for yourself is to begin to recognize the opportunities that are already surrounding you. Wealth is not a distant goal. It is right here, right now. It may come in the form of a new job opportunity, a new client, or a simple idea that leads to the creation of something great. Abundance often arrives in ways you least expect, And the more you open yourself up to receive, the more you will find that it is already here. But there is one key element to this process: patience. The process of attracting wealth requires a deep trust in the timing of the universe. Just as a seed must be given time to sprout, so too must your belief in abundance be given time to take root. There may be times when you feel as though nothing is happening, that the wealth you desire is not coming, but trust that it is on its way. Trust that every thought, every affirmation, every step you take is drawing you closer to the abundance you seek. To truly be a magnet for abundance, you must also let go of the idea of resistance. Resistance is the belief that you are not worthy of wealth, or that wealth is something to be feared or avoided. Let go of that resistance and step into the flow. Wealth is not something that is meant to be hoarded or guarded, but something that is meant to circulate, to flow, and to be shared. When you release the fear around money, you make space for it to come into your life in ways you cannot yet imagine. The most important thing you can do is to trust yourself. Trust that you are deserving of all the wealth and abundance that the universe has to offer. Trust that the words you speak have power, and that your thoughts create your reality. You are a magnet for abundance and wealth, and as you continue to affirm this, you will find that wealth begins to flow into your life in ways both big and small. The universe is not withholding from you. It is waiting for you to open the door and allow the flow of abundance to enter. And so, as you stand in the presence of this truth, remember that you have the power to attract the wealth and abundance that you deserve. Speak your truth, believe in your power, and watch as the universe responds in kind. The magnetism of abundance is already within you, waiting to be activated. And the moment you fully embrace this truth, you will begin to see your life transformed in ways you never thought possible. Money, beloved, is not something that you must struggle to attain, nor is it something that is meant to be hoarded and hidden away in fear. It is a flow, a natural and constant circulation of energy that is meant to come and go with ease. Imagine the flow of a river, effortless, unimpeded, and ever-moving. Money, like water, is meant to flow freely through your life, bringing abundance, opportunity, and blessings along the way. Yet, so often, we view it as something outside of ourselves, something we must chase or battle for, when in reality, it is already within our reach, flowing all around us. The key to embracing the flow of money is to understand that it is as natural as the air you breathe. Just as the universe provides you with all that you need to live, air, food, water, so too does it provide the resources you need for financial freedom. But in order to experience the flow of wealth, you must align yourself with it. You must become a part of that flow, not a resistant force that tries to block or control it. Think of money as energy. It is not a static, fixed resource. It is fluid, always moving, always in motion. When you hold tight to the belief that money is limited, that there is not enough to go around, you are blocking the natural flow of abundance. The universe is not in lack, it is abundant, and everything you desire is already in circulation. The only thing standing between you and the wealth you seek is your willingness to embrace the flow and allow it to move through your life. When you stop viewing money as something you must chase or fight for, you will begin to see that it is already making its way to you. The moment you decide to embrace the flow, to allow money to come and go with ease, you will notice opportunities arising in your life. The job offer you were waiting for, the investment opportunity that comes knocking at your door, the unexpected gift from a friend or loved one. These are all part of the flow of money, and when you open yourself to it, it will find its way to you naturally. The flow of money, like the flow of any energy, is governed by the law of circulation. What you give, you receive. And the more you give, whether it is your time, your energy, your talents, or even your money, the more you make space for it to return to you in greater abundance. This is the law that governs all of life. Nothing is meant to be hoarded. Energy, like money, is meant to flow. The more you give, the more you will receive, and the more you allow the flow to happen, the more you will notice it coming back to you in unexpected and wonderful ways. Consider the example of a garden. When you plant seeds in the soil, you don't hold on to them, hoping that they will grow. No, you plant the seeds, water them, and allow nature to do its work. You trust that the earth will provide what is needed for those seeds to grow into plants, flowers, or trees. And so it is with money. You plant the seeds of your desires, whether through hard work, smart investments, or acts of kindness, and then you trust the universe to nourish them and bring them to fruition. It is not about forcing the growth, but about allowing the natural process to unfold in its own time. This is where many people go wrong. They focus too much on how to make money, how to control it, how to hold on to it. They become obsessed with saving, with guarding their resources, out of fear that there will not be enough, but in doing so, they close themselves off to the flow. The more you resist the natural flow of money, the more it slips through your fingers. But when you embrace it, when you allow it to move through your life freely, you will find that it multiplies in ways you never imagined. The flow of money is not something you need to control. It is something you need to trust. Trust that it will come when you need it, and trust that it will leave when it is no longer needed. Just as you trust the sun to rise and set each day, you must trust the flow of money. There is no need to worry, no need to fear, for the universe is abundant, and it will always provide for you when you are in alignment with it. But how do you align yourself with the flow of money? The first step is to shift your mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance. When you constantly think in terms of lack, you are sending out a vibration of resistance. But when you believe that there is enough for everyone, that money is a natural part of the abundant universe, you begin to attract it into your life. You begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You begin to notice how easily money flows to you when you are open to receiving. Next, practice gratitude. Gratitude is the energy that unlocks the flow of abundance. When you are grateful for what you already have, whether it is a small sum in your bank account, a warm home, or a loving family, you are acknowledging the flow of wealth that is already present in your life. The more you express gratitude, the more the universe will send you to be thankful for. Gratitude shifts your energy from one of lack to one of abundance, and this shift is what allows money to flow freely into your life. The flow of money also requires faith. Faith is the belief that everything is unfolding for your highest good. When you trust that the universe has your back, that it is working on your behalf, you allow the flow to happen naturally. You no longer have to force things. You no longer have to worry about how the money will come, when it will come, or how much will come. You simply trust that it will come, and that it will arrive in perfect timing. You must also remember that the flow of money is not just about material wealth. It is about the richness of life itself, the abundance of love, joy, peace, and health. When you align with the flow of money, you align with the flow of all things good, and the more you embrace this flow, the more you will see the richness of life unfold before you. Beloved, it is time to stop resisting the flow of money. It is time to stop clinging to the belief that wealth is something you must chase or fight for. Instead, allow money to flow naturally into your life. Trust in the universe, trust in the law of circulation, and most of all, trust in yourself. You are worthy of the abundance that flows to you, and it is already on its way. All you need to do is embrace the flow and watch as wealth and prosperity pour into your life effortlessly. Beloved, from the moment you took your first breath, wealth has been your birthright. It is not something to be earned or attained through struggle. It is a gift that is yours to claim, a natural part of the divine plan for your life. Wealth, in its fullest sense, is not just financial, though that is certainly a part of it, but the richness of health, love, joy, and peace that you are meant to experience as your inheritance. So often, we find ourselves feeling disconnected from this birthright. We may be conditioned to believe that wealth is something for others, that it's for the lucky few or the extraordinary ones. We may feel that we are somehow undeserving, or that wealth is something that must be worked for tirelessly. But this belief is a lie. Wealth is not for the chosen few. It is for all who believe in its natural flow and claim it with a deep, unwavering faith. Imagine the earth beneath your feet. It is fertile, abundant, and teeming with resources. It does not discriminate who may access its bounty. It gives freely to all who ask. This same principle applies to wealth. The universe does not withhold from you. It is not a stingy or judgmental force. It is abundant and ever generous, offering its gifts freely to all who are ready to receive. Your wealth is already within you, waiting to be acknowledged and claimed. When you embrace the belief that wealth is your birthright, you stop chasing it. You stop seeing it as something that must be earned through hardship, and instead, you begin to see it as something that is naturally yours to enjoy. Just as you were born with the right to breathe, to love, to learn, to grow, you were also born with the right to prosper, to live abundantly. It may seem difficult to believe this if you've been living in circumstances of lack or limitation. Perhaps you've had experiences that have made you feel that wealth is out of your reach, that there is not enough to go around, or that others are more deserving than you. These are the beliefs of the past, the ones that have kept you stuck in cycles of scarcity. But today, you have the power to break free from these limitations. You have the power to rewrite your story and claim the wealth that is rightfully yours. Start by shifting your mindset. Let go of the idea that wealth must be worked for at great sacrifice. Let go of the idea that you have to deserve wealth in the traditional sense. Instead, adopt the understanding that you are worthy of wealth simply because you exist. Your very presence on this earth is enough. You do not need to prove your worth. You do not need to struggle. Wealth is your divine inheritance, just like love, health, and happiness. The moment you accept that wealth is your birthright, you begin to shift the energy around you. Your thoughts, words, and actions align with this new truth. You begin to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You begin to notice the abundance that is already present in your life. You realize that the money you desire is not something that must be earned through toil, but something that flows naturally when you step into alignment with your true nature. One of the most powerful ways to reinforce this belief is through gratitude. When you are grateful for what you already have, you are affirming that you are open to receiving more. Gratitude is a magnet for abundance. It sends a clear signal to the universe that you are ready and willing to receive all the wealth that is waiting for you. Each time you express gratitude, whether for the money in your bank account, the roof over your head, or the opportunities you've been given, you are claiming your birthright more fully. You are saying to the universe, "Thank you, and I am ready for more." It's also important to recognize that wealth is not just about accumulating material possessions. True wealth encompasses every aspect of your life: health, relationships, career, and inner peace. When you accept that wealth is your birthright, you are also accepting that you deserve to live a life full of joy and fulfillment. You are worthy of the kind of life that brings you true happiness, not just the kind of wealth that can be measured in dollars, but the kind of wealth that nourishes your soul. Consider the story of someone who has lived their life in lack, always struggling to make ends meet, but suddenly, a shift occurs. They realize that they have been limiting themselves with the belief that wealth is out of their reach, and in that moment, they decide to change their mindset. They begin to affirm, "I am worthy of wealth. I am worthy of prosperity." As they do this, they begin to notice new opportunities opening up before them. Their business grows, their relationships flourish, and they find themselves in the flow of abundance. It's not that the universe has changed, but rather, their perception of it has. They have accepted their birthright, and in doing so, they have unlocked the door to endless possibilities. You too, beloved, are on the verge of a similar transformation. The key is to stop waiting for something outside of you to change and to start believing in the truth that wealth is already within your grasp. Stop thinking of wealth as something that you must strive for, and start thinking of it as something that is naturally yours to receive. When you shift your belief in this way, you stop fighting against the current of life. You stop swimming upstream, struggling for every dollar. Instead, you align with the natural flow of abundance, and money, opportunities, and blessings come to you effortlessly. There is no need to prove yourself. You don't have to fight for what is already yours. The universe is abundant, and it responds to your belief in your own worthiness. The more you affirm that wealth is your birthright, the more the universe will begin to reflect that belief back to you. Opportunities will come, resources will appear, and you will find yourself living in the kind of abundance you once thought was impossible. So, beloved, let go of any limiting beliefs that tell you you're not worthy. Let go of the fear that money is for others, but not for you. Embrace the truth that wealth is your birthright, and claim it as yours. Know that the universe is ready to support you in every way. Your inheritance is waiting, and all you need to do is believe that you are worthy of it. When you accept this truth, the doors to prosperity will open wide, and you will step into the abundant life you were always meant to live. Beloved, in this life, there is a divine order to all things, a perfect flow that is not of your design, but of a higher intelligence, a universal rhythm that governs the ebb and flow of every moment. Trusting in divine timing is about surrendering to this natural flow, understanding that everything in your life, no matter how difficult or confusing it may seem, is unfolding exactly as it is meant to. It is the practice of letting go of the illusion that you must control every outcome and instead embracing the belief that the universe knows exactly what it is doing. You see, in your human experience, there is a tendency to want to rush things, to force progress, to demand that life go according to your plan. We live in a world that thrives on instant gratification, where the desire to have things now is stronger than ever. But in doing so, we often miss the beauty and wisdom that comes with waiting, with trusting, with knowing that there is a perfect time for everything. Divine timing teaches you the truth that the events in your life are not random, nor are they a result of chance. Every experience, every relationship, every opportunity is part of a grand design that is unfolding in its own time. And while you may not always understand why certain things happen when they do, or why some things seem delayed, trust that the timing is always right. The universe is never early, nor is it ever late. It is always on time. Think of the seasons. Spring comes when it is meant to, and the flowers bloom in their time. The harvest does not come before it is ripe. In the same way, the experiences that you desire in life, whether they be financial abundance, a loving relationship, or personal growth, are all part of the cycle of life. They will come when the time is right, and in the meantime, you are being prepared, just as a seed is nurtured before it sprouts, for the blessings that are already on their way to you. It is important to remember that trusting in divine timing does not mean passivity or inaction. It does not mean sitting back and waiting for life to happen to you. Trusting in divine timing is an active, conscious choice to surrender to the flow of life, to take inspired action when the moment calls for it, and to remain patient when things are still in process. It means that, while you continue to work toward your goals, you also understand that there are forces at play that are beyond your control, forces that are working on your behalf, aligning circumstances, people, and events in the perfect order. Many of us struggle with impatience, especially when we desire something deeply. We want things to happen right away, and when they don't, we often feel frustrated, defeated, or uncertain. But frustration and worry are not the tools that will bring your desires to fruition. Trust is the key. When you trust in the timing of the universe, you allow space for your desires to unfold naturally. Trusting divine timing requires faith that the right job will come, the right person will show up, and the right opportunities will present themselves when you are ready. Consider the story of a woman who wanted to start her own business. She had a vision, a clear picture of what she wanted to create, but time after time, obstacles seemed to stand in her way. She felt discouraged, as though she was being held back. But as she trusted the process and allowed herself to surrender to divine timing, things began to fall into place. Opportunities appeared at the perfect moment. The right partnerships manifested. And in a year, her business grew far beyond what she had imagined. She realized that her earlier struggles were not setbacks, but steps that were preparing her for the success that was meant for her. Divine timing had been at work the entire time, guiding her toward her destiny. The key to trusting in divine timing is to let go of the need to understand everything in advance. Life will not always unfold according to your plan, and you may not always see the bigger picture, but trust that every moment, every experience, is part of your personal growth and evolution. Every delay, every challenge, is a lesson that prepares you for what lies ahead. Just as a caterpillar must spend time in its cocoon before becoming a butterfly, you too are being shaped and prepared for the next chapter of your life. Trust that when the time is right, you will emerge as the beautiful, capable person you were always meant to be. You must also remember that divine timing is not something that operates outside of you. It is a reflection of your own inner state, your ability to align with the present moment, and your willingness to surrender to the flow of life. When you are in a state of constant anxiety about the future, when you are consumed with worry about what might or might not happen, you block the natural flow of life. Trust in divine timing means trusting yourself and your ability to navigate the process. It means believing that, even when you don't have all the answers, you are on the right path, and that every step is leading you to where you need to be. Patience is a form of trust. It is the practice of remaining calm and grounded, even when things aren't moving as quickly as you would like. It is the understanding that you are not behind, that you are exactly where you need to be. Patience teaches you to stop rushing toward the future and to focus on the present moment. When you stop worrying about when things will happen, you create space for the universe to deliver what you need at the perfect moment. Remember, beloved, that divine timing is always at work in your life. It is working behind the scenes, aligning people, opportunities, and circumstances in ways you cannot yet see. Every event in your life, no matter how small, has a purpose. Every encounter, every challenge, is part of the grand plan that is unfolding for you. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be right now, and that everything that is meant to come to you will do so in its own time. So let go of impatience. Let go of the need to control the timing of your life. Trust in the process. Trust in the perfect timing of the universe, and know that all things are coming to you in their divine and right time. When you do, you will find peace, knowing that life is unfolding as it should, and that everything you desire is on its way. Trust that the universe has your back, and allow yourself to rest in the faith that everything is happening exactly as it is meant to. Beloved, life is not a passive experience. While thoughts and affirmations are powerful, they are only one part of the equation. The other part, the part that truly sets your desires into motion, is inspired action. Taking inspired action is the process of moving toward your dreams and desires with purpose, with energy, and with faith. It is the act of responding to the opportunities the universe places in your path, and trusting that the steps you take are part of the greater plan for your life. Too often, we wait. We wait for the right moment, for the perfect circumstances, for the stars to align before we take action. We may have a dream, a vision, but we hesitate, unsure of how to begin. But, dear one, I am here to remind you that the moment you take a step forward, no matter how small, you begin to change the course of your life. Action, even imperfect action, is the catalyst that ignites transformation. Imagine, if you will, a seed in the ground. It does not sit idly, hoping for the sun to shine and the rain to come. No, the seed responds to the forces around it. It begins to push through the earth, reaching for the light, stretching toward the sky. The seed knows that its growth is not a matter of waiting, but of taking the first step, of moving in the direction of its purpose. And so it is with you. Your desires and dreams are the seed. The inspired actions you take are the push that allows them to grow. Taking inspired action does not mean rushing into things without thought or without guidance. It means listening deeply to that quiet inner voice, that intuitive knowing that whispers to you in moments of stillness. It is the nudge you feel when the time is right to take the next step, and it is trusting that when you feel that spark, that inner urge, it is the universe guiding you toward the next phase of your journey. The beauty of inspired action is that it does not have to be grand or dramatic. It is not about making huge leaps all at once. Inspired action is often quiet, gentle, and subtle. It may be as simple as making a phone call you've been putting off, sending an email, or having a conversation with someone you feel drawn to. It is about moving when the moment feels right, not when the world tells you it's time. There is also a deep trust required in taking inspired action. The ego often wants to overthink and overanalyze every decision, afraid of making a mistake. But when you listen to your intuition, you are being guided by a force far greater than your mind. Your mind may tell you to wait, to play it safe, but your heart knows the truth. And the truth is that action, inspired action, is what brings your dreams into the realm of reality. It's easy to sit back and hope that things will change. It's easy to talk about your dreams and envision your future. But without action, those dreams remain just that, dreams. Action is the bridge between your desires and their manifestation. Think of it this way: when you pray for rain, you must also make space for the rain. You do not sit idly by hoping for water. You go out and dig a well. Taking inspired action is digging that well. It is creating the conditions for the universe to pour abundance into your life. Let me share a story of a woman named Grace. Grace had a dream of opening her own bakery. But for years, she hesitated. She was afraid of failing, afraid of the unknown. She talked about it constantly, shared her dream with everyone she met, but never took action. One day, something shifted. She had a moment of clarity, a moment of deep knowing. She realized that her dream was not going to manifest simply by wishing for it. She needed to take action. So she started small. She began researching recipes, testing them in her kitchen. She reached out to a friend who knew about marketing and asked for advice. She did not wait for everything to be perfect, but she moved with faith, trusting that each step would bring her closer to her goal. Today, Grace's bakery is a thriving business, and she looks back with gratitude at the inspired actions she took when the time felt right. You too beloved, must take inspired action, but the key is to take action in alignment with your vision and your inner knowing. Do not take action simply for the sake of being busy. Do not act out of fear or desperation. Take action when it feels right, when you feel called to move, and trust that each step will lead you closer to your goals. It's important to remember that inspired action is not always easy. Sometimes it requires courage. It requires you to step into the unknown, to trust that the universe will meet you halfway. There will be moments of doubt, moments when the road seems unclear, but it is precisely in those moments that you must lean in, trust your intuition, and keep moving forward. The universe is always responding to your actions. The more you take inspired action, the more the universe opens up pathways for you to follow. Inspired action also requires patience. You may not see immediate results, and that's okay. When you plant a seed, you do not see the tree sprout overnight. Growth takes time, but the important thing is that you keep moving. Trust that every step you take is leading you to the next, and the next, until you look back and realize how far you have come as you take inspired action. Be sure to stay open to the results. Sometimes, the universe will guide you in unexpected directions, and the opportunities that come may look different from what you originally envisioned. But trust that this is part of the divine plan. The more you open yourself to the flow of possibilities, the more you will experience the richness of life. Now, beloved, as you move forward, let go of the need to have everything figured out. Take that first step, and then the next. Allow your actions to be guided by your intuition, your inner wisdom, and your heart. As you do, you will find that the universe rises to meet you at every turn, and the path will unfold in ways you never imagined. Take inspired action, beloved, and trust that you are moving in the direction of your dreams. Each step you take is a step toward fulfillment, and each inspired action is a step toward the life you were always meant to live. The universe is waiting for you to take that first step, to move with faith, and to claim your divine inheritance. It is in your action that your desires are born into reality. Conclusion. So, beloved, the sentence "I am a magnet for abundance and wealth" is not just a phrase, it is a key to unlock the flow of abundance in your life. Speak it daily. Believe it deeply. Take inspired action, and watch as the world opens up to you in ways you never imagined. Remember, wealth is your birthright, and it's waiting for you to claim it. The universe is listening. The moment you decide to step into the flow of abundance, it will rush to meet you. Say it, believe it, and take the steps to make it your reality. You are a magnet for abundance, and it's time to start attracting everything you've ever dreamed of.